What's up, guys, and welcome to another video, and let's get ready to wake up and react to another episode of Hunter x Hunter, episode 135, where, I need to make this full screen. Oh, wait, this too. Where we left off last time was the king. I'm gonna make it quick. The king remembered Komugi and let Welfin go. He's like, if you want to live as a human, by all means, you go and do that. And then I think, there was something else. Oh, and the poison. We find out that they were poisoned. And so they're gonna die eventually, which is, it's sad because it's like, you've had all of this development and like you'd think that maybe there's some sort of way you guys could make this work, but there's just no way. I think the fact that they've poisoned them like this, where it's kind of like now you wouldn't mind maybe if they survived, it's kind of like, but remember, it's not possible, at least not long term, or it may seem like we come up with a peaceful solution for us to coexist, but it won't last. Or like I said before that, like we have that solution, but it can't work long term. Like eventually they'll just end up beating all of us. I don't know. But anyway, that is it, I think. Anyway, we'll get into the rest of it in the episode, but yeah, let's jump into the reaction, guys. Oh man, I almost feel numb. Is that weird? And I still have to record Mob after this? What a beautiful friendship they had, really. I mean, can you... I can't even, like, put thoughts together, and I feel almost numb inside, but, like, I keep crying. Their relationship, their friendship. I did not expect it to be that... I don't know. What's the best word to fit it? I used beautiful already, but it is, though. I mean, he goes from wanting to dominate the world to meeting this girl bonded over playing a game, a few conversations. And he goes from all of that with just the game, with just those few conversations, to wanting to spend his final moments with her. The only person he lets or would want to call him by his name, his given name with no honorifics. I mean, fuck, there's something in my contact. Or it's the contact is messed up. I mean, her too, like, she realized something in their time apart. I mean, that game's not everything. Like, what's more important, winning the game? No. What was more important to her, and like, be worried about, remember she said before she was so worried that like if you ever lost Gungi, like if you're a pro player, you're just seen as trash, as nothing after that. Like, that being a professional, like, it gave her like purpose, meaning in her life, and without it she felt worthless. And I think I could be so off the mark on this, but I think she realized like what I feel like the theme was like what's really important in life, you know? And those bonds that you create with people that she made with Meruem. I mean, it almost like seems just so pure, like the love there for each other, not romantic, but like just as a friend. But still, I mean, it was so strong, and like, it to me, like, just the little amount of time it took them to build that, though. I mean, they hadn't even spoken that much to each other, yet she wanted to die with him. I mean, she had a family that she had to take care of, but like, to her, in those moments, no, she'd rather die with him. It's crazy, just so crazy. I keep thinking about it. Like, how you just went from wanting to just crush anyone under his foot to he he was he was willing to bow down, kneel before one of his lesser, I don't know, or his what do you call it? His wait. Subordinates. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. He was willing to kneel to one of his subordinates just to know where Komugi was. I mean, and then seeing that reaction from Palm too, like, yes, she's human. Yes, she sides or identifies more with her human side. But she said, like, I'm still an ant. Like, please don't do this. Like, I can't. Like, it's like heartbreaking for them to see their king, like, bow before them, or like, what do they call it? Like prostrating yourself. I think, right? Like, it kills them inside. Like, it just feels so wrong. You know, like, they look up to, they idolize, they worship, they respect their king. So it was even that, like, kind of makes your heart ache, because Palm, you know, she wants to help humanity, but it's like at the same time she still loves him. She can't help it. You know, she wants him to be happy too, and then she's like apologizing to Killua. I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise, but girl, no one's blaming you. Plus, they were fine anyway. I mean, I don't know. I liked the credits, like showing all those moments between them, like, um, in the little balls, like, of light. It was similar to, like, you know, like when isn't that like when he's using his N, you see those like little lights going around, like, and even her when she's using her Nen. I don't know. It's true though, with this, the theme of this episode, like, what's truly important. Just circling back to that, it's not world domination. It's not, I don't know. You have to figure out what makes your life have meaning, and figuring out where you belong. Where's that place that makes you feel at home, accepted? You know what I mean? Makes you feel whole. And for everyone, it's going to be different. And it's like, it's true what people say. You live one time. You get one life. Don't waste it living it for someone else. Don't waste it living your life by someone else's values or rules or whatever. You need to live it to make yourself happy. I mean, he could have just listened to Puff and stayed true to, like, what he was born for, but like, he I mean, yeah, you could say it's partly because he knew he was dying, so like, fuck it anyway, but I mean, I think you could argue that, and he even said it himself, like, yeah, maybe I only came to this conclusion because I realized I was dying, but I don't know, I think there's a good chance that he he was willing to give that up anyway, because he said he didn't figure it out until he was within Palm's vicinity, and like, he felt her emotions, and he let Welfin go the previous episode, saying, if you want to go live as a human, you go live as a human. I don't think he knew he was dying at that point, right? So at that point, it seemed like he'd already decided, he'd already made up his mind that he didn't want this anymore. What his mother wanted him to do with his life, it's different than what he wants to do with his life. He's got to make that decision for himself. And I get it, being a king, you have that weight. It's like you have the world on your shoulders. The weight of the world on your shoulders. You have to sit there. You have to think about what's best for your people, not just yourself. Every decision you make doesn't just affect you. It's affecting all of your people. So, yes, I get he has to take that into consideration, but at the same time, I want him to be happy. I don't want him to sacrifice his happiness all the time for everyone else. Of course, I don't want him to be selfish all the time, but fuck it. he did it. He did what he wanted. He did what would make him happy, and I'm really proud of Meruem. He came a long way. I went from hating this character. The development, just amazing, amazing. Honestly, and then like Neichiro's his will being kind of what they say overlooked because of all the gossip and just the of the news about like what was going on with the ants and everything. So that's kind of, I don't know if that's gonna come back or not, but hopefully we kind of like get into what his conditions were, or, you know, because I'm kind of curious, like, who does he think would make a good lead? Like, did he recommend anyone, or did he just like give a guideline? And then the guy, seeing that Diego's still alive, I don't know how the fuck that happened. That's kind of confusing to me, but maybe he wasn't dead. He was just being mind controlled or whatever by Pitou. And so, what did he say? Let's go back to his scene. I think it was before this, was it not? Definitely was. Let us drink to the human race. In every age there will be good humans and bad humans. That I talked about. No one's all good, no one's all bad. I feel like, at least of what I'm getting from the quote, is like you can devote yourself to your responsibilities and try to live a respectable life in the eyes of others, or I don't know, by society's standards, whatever, but or even kind of get wrapped up in the idea of that like you have to do something, I don't know, grandiose with your life for it to feel like it has any meaning or value. But I think after a while you kind of like you get weighed down by all of that, and like he says, like that's why humans succumb to desire and seek release, because after a while you can't take all the expectations you or society puts on you or whatever, man. I mean, you gotta just find a way to just let go and release all of that tension and find a way to feel happy or at peace. Find some serenity, at least for a little bit. And sometimes, yeah, I think maybe we take it a bit far and it could be a little fucked up. But I don't know. I mean, that's just it's part of us. It's who we are. I don't know. It's humans. Sometimes we don't have the best handle on our emotions, you know, but maybe that's why you can't just get wrapped up in the little shit so much or make things bigger than they need to be. You know what I mean? Find a way to live your life. Look at this dog, like he's in retirement too, like Diego, like peacefully, a way where you can feel at peace, however that is. You know what I mean? I don't know. Am I taking this so the wrong way? This is a quote. Clearly, I feel like this is a quote from something. Somebody post a breakdown of it, because I want to understand it, because I'm really not super eloquent or poetic. He said in through poetry too. Even though what did he say? The land or the world. What did he say? Despite the fact that life's complete with the sun, the land, and poetry. Like, maybe that's all you need, something like that. We take on too much sometimes. It doesn't take much to be happy, does it? If we just learn to let go of what society says is what it takes to be happy, or I don't know, your family or whatever. I guess it could also be like, don't take, like I said, yeah, like, don't take things so seriously. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill, you know? You realize that, like, those little things, they really can make you happy. You could be satisfied with, look at this guy, he's in a fucking cornfield, and he's sitting here chilling, watching TV, reading a book with his dog, and he's as happy as can be. Look how peaceful that is. Like, sometimes you could just, like, look at a view, and you're just like, wow. Everything, all your worries just wash away. You know what I mean? Like, for me, like, I wanted to go to the downtown bar recently, and I made it, like, this huge thing, like, oh my god, it's the end of the fucking world, I'm so scared to go to a bar, I don't do that type of thing, I'm not gonna fit in, blah, 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 but it's like, you're going to have a drink with your friends. That's a little thing, dude. That's the little things that make you happy. Sharing a beer with your friends. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? When you think about it, like, that's a little thing. And that would have made me so happy, but I kind of feel like I fucked it up because now one of my friends is giving me the silent treatment ever since I said I was, like, nervous to go, so whatever. You could, I don't know. That shit's kind of annoying, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And if you guys want full reactions, you can catch them on my Patreon. Other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, guys, and I'll catch you in the next reaction.